Hello guys, I hope you will be fine, and today we will learn the concept of power. So usually we have three types of power, that is active power, reactive power and apparent power. The unit of active power is watt, denoted by W. The unit of reactive power is VAR or VAC for the capacitor. For inductor it is VAR, and for the apparent power the unit is VA. For the active power we use watt meter, for the reactive power we use reactive power meter, and for the apparent power we can measure the apparent power very easily if we have an ammeter or a clamp meter and a voltmeter. Why these three power are introduced in electrical engineering? It is because of the nature of the load. We have different types of load nature. For example, resistive, capacitive, inductive, resistive, inductive, combined. So usually we have the resistive inductive types of load. Now let us consider a resistive inductive load and try to calculate all the power values for this for such circuit. And let's suppose we have a voltmeter, a clamp meter and a watt meter available instruments to measure these three powers. So how we will be able to find the power factor and the reactive power, because the wattmeter will give us the value, the active power, and the voltmeter and clamp meter will give the reactive power, the apparent power. So let's see. And check that how we can find the power factor first. So as we know, the power factor, the formula for power factor is cos theta. Cos theta is the base divided by hypotenuse for the right angle triangle. For the power triangle, we have the active power along the x-axis, and which is horizontal, and the reactive power along the y-axis, which is vertical, and on the hypotenuse we have the apparent power. So cos theta is power factor, which is active power divided by apparent power, active power along x-axis. So we have find the active power, which is 2000 watt divided by apparent power, which is measured by using a voltmeter and ammeter, voltmeter connecting parallel and ammeter connecting in series with the load, and this is 2200. To 2000 divided by 2200, which is 0.99 power factor, which is in fact a good power factor. So let's see, for the reactive power we have a formula which is hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square, and if we put the value of apparent power and active power in this formula, then we will get that the reactive power is equal to under the root apparent power square minus active power square. So the active power, the apparent power, which is the V voltage 220 multiply current 10 2200, so we'll take the square minus the active power, which is measured with the help of wattmeter, and we will take the square. So after calculation, the reactive power is 916.5. Why we did this calculation? Because in most circuit, usually we see in most setup, usually we see that inside the inverter, who is connected with the solar panel, and the inverter connected to the load. So some inverter do not have the option of power factor, and we worry about the power factor value and we worry about the reactive power value. So if you know the active power and you know the and you have the voltmeter and ammeter, so one can easily find all these three power factor, all these three powers. Thank you very much.